Hey guys, so to help with your quizzes this week, I'm recording a video to review with you how we multiply and divide fractions. Both ways are pretty simple. It's a little bit easier than adding and subtracting fractions because when we're multiplying or dividing fractions, we don't have to worry about finding the least common denominator. Okay, so let's start with multiplying fractions. When we multiply fractions, both numbers have to be a fraction. So in order to multiply 16 times 1/3, all we have to do is change 16 into a fraction. And to do that, all you do is drop a 1 underneath. Okay? So when you are multiplying fractions, to change a whole number into a fraction, just drop a 1 below it. Okay, so our denominator is 1. To solve the problem, just multiply across. You multiply your numerators. 16 times 1 is 16. And then you multiply your denominators. 1 times 3 is 3. So our answer is 16/3. But remember, we cannot leave our answer as an improper fraction. In order to change it into a mixed number, we just do division. Our numerator goes inside. It's our dividend. Our denominator 3 goes on the outside. It's our divisor. Okay? 3 cannot go into 1, so I'll place a 0, but it can go into 16 5 times. If you need to, go ahead and write your multiples for 3. But 3 times 5 is 15. And I'm left with 1. We now have the 3 numbers that we need to create our mixed number, which is 5. Your answer, your quotient is your whole number. We have 5. Your remainder is your numerator. And your divisor is your denominator. Notice the denominator stays. So if you're ever confused with creating your mixed number with the 3 numbers you have left, know that at least one of the 3 should be the same denominator. So our answer is 15 1/3. So remember, multiplying fractions, just place a 1 underneath your whole number and multiply across. Now, when dividing fractions, this is when we create our keep, change, flip table. So whenever you are dividing, that should be the first thing you create, your keep, change, flip table. So I'll go ahead and make that table for both problems. Our first one, 5 divided by 1/8. You always keep the number that is first. So we're going to keep 5. Our operation changes from division to multiplication. And then F for flip, we just flip our second number. So 1/8 becomes 8 over 1. Once you've kept your first number and flipped the second, you just multiply across like we did up top with just multiplying fractions. If you can multiply this way, that's fine. But remember, underneath whole numbers, it's that 1, that imaginary 1 that's there. So multiplying across, we get 40. 5 times 8 is 40 over 1, which is really just 40. So our answer for the first one is 40. And remember what we talked about in class. If your first number is a whole number when dividing fractions, your answer should be a whole number. So let's go ahead and finish the second one. We're going to keep what's first. We have 1/4. Our operation changes to multiplication. And in order to flip our second number, which is a whole number, remember there's that imaginary 1 under there. So in order to flip 6, it's really 1/6. And then multiply across. 1 times 1 is 1. 4 times 6 is 24. Our answer is 1/24. Once again, if our first number is a fraction when dividing, our answer should be a fraction as well. Okay, so this video should really help with the quizzes that you're about to take. If you're multiplying fractions, just drop a 1 under your whole number and multiply across. Change it into a mixed number if needed. When dividing fractions, just create your keep change flip table. Keep whatever is first. Always flip that second number and then multiply across. If you have any questions that I didn't cover, reach out to me so I can help you. But I hope that this jogged your memory and will help you with the quizzes.